Thank you, Michael, and I also want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for hosting us today. And I also want to mention that under me is a critical program called the Global Entrepreneurship Program, which is really about building ecosystems on entrepreneurship around the world. As we celebrate Global Entrepreneurship Week and the National Entrepreneurship Month today, I really reflect on how much things have changed over the last 30 years, especially in entrepreneurship education. Because when I went to Harvard Business School 30 years ago, there was one class on entrepreneurship that a guy named Irv Grossbeck was doing, and it was, you really had to look long and hard, and really, actually, people had to fight to get into that one class. So we have really spawned a very important industry here that is really critical to making entrepreneurship successful in the United States and around the world. I also, as I was walking to work today, I had my iPad Touch, and I was listening to Steve Jobs' story. So you can't help but really resonate with what the president said when he kicked off the National Entrepreneurship Month, that in America, it takes only a single good idea and the courage to pursue it to change history. But as we go around the world, and I recently returned from a wonderful trip that Jennifer here was with me on, where we took diaspora entrepreneurs, educators, investors to the Maghreb, to Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria. And we had this just fabulous week, right? It was just an extraordinary experience. We met with young entrepreneurs, we had business plan contests, we had mentoring sessions, we talked about how to form angel networks, we had a success story session, and we really tried to elevate the importance of entrepreneurship in those countries. It really does strike home to me what Secretary Clinton often says, that talent is really universal, but the opportunity to explore that talent is mixed depending on where you go. So we are, as part of the mission of the State Department, really trying to incorporate entrepreneurship into the fabric of what we're doing so that people can really accomplish their dreams. And if you look at the core mission of the State Department, it is to make a more secure, democratic, and prosperous world for the benefit of the American people and the international community. Today, with the economy the way it is, with what's going on that we've seen in North Africa with the Arab Spring, we know that job creation is absolutely critical to global prosperity, and economic growth through entrepreneurship is a key underpinning, since entrepreneurship creates almost all net new jobs. So we are really doubling our efforts at the State Department to really use entrepreneurship as a key part of our tools in the foreign policy arena. And if you listen to some of the speeches that Secretary Clinton has given recently on economic diplomacy, entrepreneurship looms very large in what she's saying. We recently went out to all of our embassies, and we asked them, what are they doing in entrepreneurship? Because we want them to expand their involvement. And we were really overwhelmed. Over 100 of our posts, of the 200, have active entrepreneurship programs of different types and are eager to expand them. And those programs range from focus on young entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurship, women's empowerment, small and medium-sized business, and high-impact entrepreneurship. So they really range the gamut. I mean, just to give you some examples, at Embassy Honduras, they're working with Micro Lending Foundation to sponsor business plan competitions for youth in the areas with high level of emigration. And the program is called Sueño Honduro, I'm not getting it right, but it's actually Honduras Dream, and the winners are awarded cash prizes as seed money to start their businesses. In the Philippines, where we actually have the highest unemployment rate among university graduates, we have a robust program for supporting entrepreneurship education in the local university. And I think, and I really want to emphasize that one of the key elements of really developing an entrepreneurship ecosystem is education. And when we were in North Africa, we had so many really great ideas and talented, motivated people, but they didn't know how to write a business plan contest. They didn't know how to think about money and how to get access to capital. I mean, the rudimentary things that we think about in terms of building a business, they just had not the framework to understand how that's done. So I think all the things that you are all doing are really critical to that. So at the State Department, our Global Entrepreneurship Program is not just about the U.S. government doing things or USAID doing things. We have 125 partners that we're working with, and many of them are in the academic area. So I just want to say that we are grateful for everything you've already done in the United States and around the world, and we're looking forward to partnering with you as we try to accomplish our foreign policy agenda and bring prosperity to the rest of the world. Thank you very much.